Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Reynolds Outdoors. Got a little bit different video for you today. We've been doing a lot of shotgun videos lately, and I wanted to grab some bolt action rifles down and talk about today. And I asked Mr. Parker, I said, what rifles do you think we should talk about that might, get people excited? And he suggested the Fierce Carbon rifle and the Fierce Twisted rifle. And let's just dive right into it. Let's start with the Twisted rifle. Parker, why did you want to talk about these, and tell our viewers just start out with some key features on these guns here. What makes them special and stand out from the rest?
So Fierce, if you're not familiar, they're a little bit newer company. They've only been around for I think 6 or 7 years.
Okay.
It's actually a couple of guys that were working at Christensen Arms and they left. Ooh. And they wanted to make a better product, and so they started Fierce. They make 700 style action rifles and Sako style action. We can order either one, but we typically just stock the 700 action. So to start with the Twisted rifle, it is a 700 style action, but it is a 70-degree throw, which is a little bit shorter than something like a Bergara or a Christensen. So folks starting to use bigger scopes, you get like a 5-25 or something like that on there. This is a lot easier to clear. You don't have to bust your knuckles. Moving up, this is the Twisted model, so it just has your standard steel barrel. It's a pretty lightweight profile, but it's still threaded, has a muzzle brake, so you can put a suppressor on there. Going down, their C3 carbon stock, super durable. It's a little bit heavier than like an FFT or something like that, but you do get a lot better ergonomics for long range shooting. You got almost a 90-degree angle on the pistol grip. You got their negative cant comb. You have QD cups for your slings, limb saver recoil pad. Going down, you got a Bixen Andy trigger out of Switzerland. It's adjustable from 1 to 3 pounds. Super awesome trigger. I know Trigger Techs have kind of taken over the market, but honestly, after shooting both of them, the Bixen Andy blows everything else out of the water. So that'll be the Twisted rifle.
That's a lot of awesome features right there. So you said on the, was it the Fierce? What was the previous model? The ones we first started carrying.
We had the Furies. That was a Sako style action.
Yeah.
It didn't do so well. They're awesome, but kind of not quite the taste for our market. So 700 action is a lot more common, a lot more popular. Most people are familiar with that. Both of these rifles are going to carry, 3/4 MOA guarantee. If you step up to the titanium model, which we can order, you're looking at a half MOA guarantee, which is outstanding. And I've seen recently coming out of Fierce's social media, they have some 7 PRCs in the carbon titanium rifle, pitting out .128 inch groups, which is absolutely ridiculous for a factory rifle.
Very nice. So yeah, 700 action. Lots of companies are using these 700, clone or blueprint actions, and that's awesome for a lot of different reasons. But one of the things is, if you want to change your trigger, there is a ton of aftermarket support for the Remington 700. I mean, you've got plenty of scope bases to choose from. You're not gonna have a hard time, even in today's world where it's just hard to find anything on the shelf. So that's really cool that they're doing that. Now with this gun, a couple of cool things I saw, including, the QD cups, that's becoming a standard. I mean, that's just, in today's world, that's, to me, a must. That's great that they're doing that. And on this, with the pick rail up front, they kind of recess the stock in a little bit right there, so it's not protruding from the stock a whole lot. If you don't have anything up there, if you want to throw it in a scabbard on your horse, you're not going to snag you're not going to snag anything. It's going to be easy going in and out of that. Going into the gun case. And what do these guns weigh? What did this one weigh in?
They weigh in, both of them are right at or just a little bit above 6 pounds, either in short action or long action. Yeah, the nice thing about that Picatinny is you can put a bipod on there, something like an Atlas or a Magpul. Magpul would probably be a good option if you want to keep the weight down. It's mostly polymer. And then the QD cups is easy for slings. Now, one thing to note, I know you brought up the bases. These are an 840 thread pitch, so it's a little bit bigger, a little bit more robust than like your Christensen or your Bergara. So that is one thing to note, but it is becoming more popular in your custom actions.
So most of like the packs that come, the standard screws that come in there, you're going to have to upgrade and buy the bigger screws, right?
Yep. Okay. And you can get we do like the DNZ mounts. That's probably the most popular option for these, and we do stock the 840 bases. So you can drop a scope on there.
Those are going to be the one-piece mounts.
Yeah, one-piece mounts.
Super popular. Everybody loves those. So let's go to the carbon fiber, which always catches everybody's attention and seems to be the most asked about. Carbon fiber barrels. That's becoming the, that's the new hot thing. Or it's been hot for a few years now. Now, what did you say the weight difference was between the carbon and these?
There's not a huge amount of weight difference. It works out to be pretty similar. That is the long action. That's a 300 Win Mag.
Okay.
But with
Still light.
their C3 carbon barrels, it looks a lot like a Proof, but it's not. They make those in-house. They do an awesome job of mitigating the heat, keeping rigidity high. Once again, it's threaded muzzle brake. Be a good suppressor host. Now with that 24-inch barrel, you get a pretty ungainly package, but you can make it work. Otherwise, same features as a Twisted Rival. Same stock, same trigger, everything.
Yep, and these all come with limb saver recoil pads. A lot of people worry about, man, the lighter the gun, the more you're going to feel some recoil. But with that limb saver recoil pad, it's going to help, save your shoulder some punishment there too. And on the stock back here, I noticed they elevated that. I don't know if you touched on it or not, but they elevated the stock a little bit back there. The comb's a little bit higher because scopes are getting taller and bigger, and it helps to have that little bit of rise back there, so you're not stretching your head up trying to look through your scope. And these, I don't know if we touched on it, but the floor plate design instead of a lot of people like the box mags, a lot of people don't. I like floor plate for hunting specifically. Floor plate versus box mag. I can't tell you how many times people come in here, man, I lost my box mag, or it's having feeding issues. The floor plate design is just, I don't know, for hunting purposes, it's great. You top load your rounds, when you're unloading, just dump them out of the bottom. Very easy, very simplistic. I mean, I like it for, like I said, hunting applications. There is a time and a place for, higher capacity, detachable magazines, but I really like that they did the floor plate instead of the detachable box mag. So, I mean, these guns do feel just top shelf. I mean, super lightweight. You really need to get in here and get your hands on one and just feel how light these guns really are. It's pretty impressive. And these triggers, man, what they come set at? 2 pounds?
Yeah, they come from the factory set at 2 pounds, but they're adjustable from 1 to 3 pounds.
Yep, and they got a set screw right there. Super easy to adjust these triggers. And we can set them here in the store, and we have a trigger gauge back there that if you want it, a little bit heavier, whatever, lighter, we can go back there and fine tune it for you, or you can do it on your own. It's very easy to adjust. And another thing to note, I do love the safeties. The 700 safety, I mean, it's just super easy. I may have touched on this in the past on videos with these safeties, but man, you can just really go nice and slow, very quiet, very easy to work. I mean, well, if you're right-handed, of course. Now, what about custom ordering guns specifically? You said that you can get different specs on these guns from the factory if people wanted something a little bit different look, or
yeah. So they offer, especially with 2023 going in with the Rival models, they expanded the lineup tremendously. They now have adjustable comb options as a standard, not just a custom shop. And they also have detachable box mags. You can have that configured. Any combination of, you want the fixed comb detachable mag or adjustable comb standard floor plate, whatever you want, they can do. And then the stock colors, they have probably 8 different options you can do. They do a really good job. You can ton of chamberings. They added 6.8 Western and 7 PRC this year, which has been an awesome addition. And if there's something, we stock them on the shelf, but if there's one in particular, if you want to go on their website, they have a great configurator. You can choose your barrel length, your Cerakote color, what kind of muzzle brake you want, chambering, everything, and you can show us the spec, and we can make it happen. We can order one. Now, it is a pretty extended lead time, but you are getting a custom rifle basically, and that's something that the competitors really don't offer. You pretty much have it it's one way, or that's it with Christensen's. Whereas these Fierces, you have a little bit more customization, and you get what you pay for with these guys. They come in at a real similar price, and I think you get a lot more for the money.
What are they starting around? What, about $2,300?
Yeah, $2,300, and if you step up to a carbon barrel, you're in the $2,600 mark, which is a little bit higher than like the new FFT from Christensen, but you're getting a better accuracy guarantee. You're getting a lot more features, and then they do offer a titanium action if you want to save a couple ounces. If you're really doing going on a sheep hunt or something like that, that is an option. That's ultimately what I went with. After I get to handle all the rifles every day, and ultimately I decided to go with the Fierce for mine. And I went with the 7 PRC and the titanium action with the carbon barrel. So we might have to do an infield test on that when it comes in eventually.
So yeah, guys, the carbon fiber gun. I mean, whether you go with the steel barrel, the twist, or the carbon, you're getting an outstanding rifle. I mean, you're planning on going out west on a hunt where you're going to be you're going to be moving a lot, covering a lot of ground. You know, you want your gear to be as lightweight as possible. You don't want to get fatigued, too quick out there with a big old heavy bull barrel rifle. I mean, they're really doing some amazing things with technology and firearms, and it's very impressive what Fierce has done with the Rival lineup. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I was gonna ask you about something. I just lost it, but yeah, I really like that 70-degree bolt throw. Very aggressive knurling there on the end of the bolt. It's just a very carbon fiber follower too. I mean, they really went all out on these guns. So that's left-handed rifle.
Yeah.
Do they make
They do not do left-handed options, but for this year they added a new model. It's called the Rogue. It comes in at, I think, just a hair over $2,000. Offers a carbon fiber barrel. But they also are offering a youth model this year, which is pretty cool. Now, they only do right-handed rifles, but they do have a shorter length of pull, a youth ladies rifle that they're going to offer in the new Rogue model, which is going to be pretty cool when we get those in.
Sorry, left-handed people. It's a cruel right-handed world out there. But all right, guys. Well, I think we pretty much covered all the key features on these awesome rifles. Fierce really did a great job with the Rival, the Twisted Rival, and the Carbon Rival. So if you're in this area, get in here, get your hands on one. Just see how light these guns are, how good they feel. They're just the machining is just top tier. They really put a lot of innovation into developing these rifles. So if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. We really appreciate it. Let us know what you want to see in the future. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.